Hello YouTube, I finally did finish a gauge for my customer. He's a repeating customer. He actually bought the OLED version first and then he liked the color version as well and wanted to go with the color version. And here it is. This is the way it looks on the front. He opted for the shiny side of the carbon fiber. You can also choose the matte side, or if you do not like carbon fiber at all, you can go for the matte black PCB version of the front. This is how it looks like from the back. The outlet is offset because I'm using this backplate also for another product, which is the spectrum analyzer, and it has the 3.5mm output right there, so that's why I'm using it like that. It has an LDR for automatic screen and neopixel brightness, so you don't get blinded by the neopixels at night. And let me turn it on and show you how it does look like with the startup. So this is the startup animation, and he has a Lotus Evora S, and that's the logo that I created for him. And it is set on auto cycle right now, and it started with the dual screen speed and RPM, went through the other screens as you can see here, and I did do some little adjustments like the dot in orange instead of yellow because his car is orange. Excuse me. So I wanted to keep it with the theme. I also did small changes in the code, and as you know, you can go, I have to look around the phone now, you can go forward in the screen. I also changed the small ticks of the dial into orange. They were yellow as well, and I actually kind of like the orange as well, so I will keep those in orange. And you can go forward and backwards in the screen. You also have tiny notification, not squares but diamond shaped notifications that you see when you touch the touch sensor, and I also made those in orange. And the LDR works if it gets darker, the screen dims down, as you can see here. Once it gets completely dark, it goes way lower than what you see here. So this is it. I talked about the screens before, I did show them to you. And he's in the United States, so he's using Imperial. You can of course switch to Matrix at any time by long pressing on the touch sensor, like here for example. It did switch to centigrade. If you long press again, it switches back to Fahrenheit and miles per hour and miles per gallon for the economy screen for the fuel consumption. And these are all the screens. On the OLED version you had to choose between 0 to 60 or the quarter mile run. Now that I'm using a bigger chip, the 1284p, I have plenty of room, and I will add more screens as it evolves. One of them will be a GeForce screen, because this gauge also has a ADXL345 accelerometer chip in it. And he did choose his speed limits, of course, that you can do. Also the RPM limit, that you want the RPM to show the shift light. He has these 7000, and then it blinks and tells you to shift. So all that is configurable. Configurable is not a word. Anyhow, you know what I mean. So this is it. Oh, excuse me. I also wanted to show you another feature it has. It also has a Bluetooth module in it, and you can see the gauge here on the back. This is the Bluetooth module, obviously, and with that, right now the usage is to send the data from the screen to your Android phone via a Bluetooth terminal app. And I'm having a little problem with the app that I use to upload code to the gauge. It does work on the 328, but I cannot pick the 1284p as a board, so it does crash it. I will get in touch with the developer of the app and ask him if he would be able to add that, and then I will have a wireless upload of code to the gauge via Bluetooth, and that will make it much easier for future customers and current customers, of course, to upgrade the code. So that will be something I will add. Right now, as I said, you can see the this is my poor wife's battered phone. So let me connect the Bluetooth without dropping the phone. So it's head scan, and it does, as you see, it does reset the device, so that is working, obviously. And once it starts up, it will show you the screen on here. This is like oil temperature. I think I don't have it on auto cycle. Hold on, let me put this on auto cycle and let it do its magic. Okay, now it's an auto cycle, and here you see the speed, RPM, coolant, temperature, oil temperature, intake air temperature, ambient air. I should not say it because you can see it, but I'll do it anyway. Here's a throttle percentage, battery, fuel economy. I did not do because that code is a little, that portion is a little more complicated. You have boost pressure, AFR, airflow ratio. This is O2 sensors, I don't have either. Did not add them in here. You have gear indicator, and let me stop this here on this screen real quick. Okay, on the gear indicator, the first digit you see here on the screen is the speed, the second is the RPM, and the last digit is the gear itself. So that works also beautifully. By the way, I am looking for help with an Android app. I have never built an Android app. I have no clue about it, and I would like to get an Android app because I mean, on a serial monitor, it's kind of, or terminal, it's kind of boring to see this. But I want to get an Android app and possibly a widget, so you could have like this as a bitmap on your screen, not as big or resizable, and then show the data within this widget, kind of like the Torque app that you can get. And but I need help with this, so if there's anybody out there that knows how to write an Android app and preferably also a widget, that would be great. Please get in touch with me. Either leave a comment, leave your email, send me a message over Tindie, whichever way is convenient for you. And I would really like to get this, because then you have it also on your phone. It will be probably Android only, because iOS does not allow third-party apps, Bluetooth apps, to worked with it. At least it was like that when I was using Apple a long time ago. So this is it, and it's finally done. I had a small error in the code that I fixed, and now it's finally ready to ship. And I have another customer waiting for his gauge as well. That's actually not this one. Where did I put it? Over here. So this is actually his. I need to edit his code because he has some other options he likes, as like the boot startup logo and a few other changes. So I will work on this next. And this is it, guys. I will put this up on Tindie now and post some pictures of it as well, and you can order it from there or directly from me, whichever way you prefer. Anyhow, this is the H.E.D.S. can gauge, all finished. Oh, by the way, let me show you. Let me turn it off real quick and show you the plug. So this is the OBD plug that you plug into your car, and that's it. Then you use it, except one wire. So since the OBD port on the car has constant 12 volt, you could have this powered up all the time and go to the off screen, which is of course not convenient, and plus it will still consume some power. So I do add an extra wire coming out, which is for a switched 12 volt, or if you have 5 volt switched, as this customer has, you can power it with 5 volt or 12 volt, and this is the external power up, so, or external power input, to have it switched automatically. And this customer here has actually a USB port on his car, so he requested a wire with the USB plug, so he can just plug this in as well, so he does not have to screw it anywhere or connect it anywhere separately. So if you have something like that, or even he had an example for the OLED version, he had the micro USB plug before, and now he has the regular USB, and he switches it on and off automatically with the ignition over there. So this is how it looks like on the other end of the can gauge. Okay, I think this was it. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Did I mention? I'm not sure. I did mention that it has an ADXL345 chip, accelerometer chip in here. And with that, I will also add a GeForce screen to the gauge. So since the hardware is all there, as soon as I upgrade or update the code, I will send it to all current customers, so they can get the new code as well. So I will have updates on codes, and if I add other screens, since I have much more room now, I might add other screens to it and push that or send that out as a hex file, so you can update your code. So, and if anything down the road you need to want different, we can edit the code, and you can upload it, so you're not stuck with what you get. You can always customize it later on as well. Okay, this was it. Thanks for watching, and thank you for all your support, and I talk to you on the next one. Take care.